Picture a wolf. Darkness, except for the moon lit above the sky. Running, bounding over boulders, her fur shivers like waves of the ocean as she dips and dives under ponderosa pines. The smell of midnight dew on her wet nose intoxicates. She runs faster. Crouched on top of Salt Creek Summit in eastern Oregon with wolf biologists Roblyn Brown and Holly Atkinson, I am bundled against a fierce wind that threatens to cover up the only sound I want to hear. I realize I am holding my breath just to hear the howl of a wolf.
So don't feel like you have to stay up all night tonight listening for them.
But listen for them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. They're wonderful to hear. It's amazing sound to hear.
It seems like we'll do just about anything to experience that sound. Stay up all night, hike through treacherous miles of wilderness, catch an expensive flight.
The wolves were released in Idaho in 95. I think it was 96. I flew into the Chamberlain Basin, rented a plane, flew in, and we landed there and we backpacked for 4 days trying to find the wolves so we could hear them howl. And that was our goal, was just to hear one.
It's not surprising, our unexplainable urge to hear the lonely wolves howl to the moon. Ever since humans' first encounter with the wolf, we've been fixated on the animal, with fear, respect, and absolute awe.
Humans and wolves clearly have some sort of extra special relationship.
Mike Stevens, director of Lava Lake Lamb in Idaho, has lived with the wolves on his property for years.
I don't know what it is, but if you just look at how we talk about wolves,
As children, we grew up listening to bedtime stories like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, Little Red Riding Hood, and The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. T-shirts portray the animal in a majestic light, almost always with the full moon in the background, and they are sold anywhere from gas stations to Amazon.com. Thousands of teenage girls and middle-aged women alike stand in lines that file out the theater for the popular Twilight series. They hold signs for hours proclaiming their love for Jacob, a sexy werewolf in the movie. The wolf has been a symbol in fairy tale and an icon of wonderment for hundreds of years.
So I think there's some sort of evolutionary thing there of, the green eyes out beyond the campfire, that we've been dealing with for 50,000 years or more, that just engenders this strong emotional response.
A strong emotional response is exactly how I would describe the situation for the ranching community of Wallowa County, where Roblyn and Holly live. Here's Roblyn.
We had 6 confirmed depredations of calves in Wallowa County between May 5th and June 4th. That's significant. That's huge. And Wallowa County kind of exploded with a lot of anger and resentment towards the wolf.
But this time, it's not girls in red capes or little pigs that are threatened by the big bad wolf. This time, it's cows. Wolves in Wallowa mean dead calves for the cattlemen of the area. People like Todd Nash, Eric Porter, and Luke Morgan. These livestock losses endanger not only the ranchers' jobs, but also their lifestyle.
You've got to look at their side. You've got to put yourself in their place. This is what they do for a living. This is how they put food on their table. This is what they're out here to do.
I would like to see them be gone, If they exterminated every one of them, it would make me happy.
Luke's traditional cowboy hat is pulled over his eyes, blocking them from the bright August sun. But it's an unusual 35 degrees, with a wind so cold it makes your nose run. Todd and Eric sit next to Luke with their hands balled into fists inside of their pockets. The strong, sturdy men that usually fill the pages of romantic cowboy novels hunch their shoulders and click the spurs of their heels as they shift uncomfortably in their chairs. They look small and scared,
Well, I start picking
broken
them up here
by
and there,
something.
and you know, it breaks my heart. The losses, the money losses, I can't afford. But beyond that, what it takes away from me, I can't live with. I don't want to live with that.
More depredation means more losses for the ranchers of Wallowa, both economic and emotional.
There's no way you can get compensated for the emotional toll that these wolves put on you. At night, if you're calving and you're up all night, that's the last thing you want to do is go out and have a confrontation with a bunch of wolves. And then it's just emotionally taxing to you. You get a hollow pit in your stomach when you think about what the wolves are doing to your livelihood today, you know.
If the losses continue, the ranchers tell us they will not. There's no denying the fear, excitement, and adrenaline the cry of the wolf sends through our veins, the shivers that shoot down our spines, and the goosebumps we feel up our arms. In spite of her scientific training, Holly believes there is something intangible and incredible about that howl. Back on Salt Creek summit, jacket zipped up to her chin, I can see the fire in her eyes and the fog of her breath.
There must be something in our psyche that makes that be such a special sound, because one of the things I found interesting living in Idaho, we had people, well, a lot of people who lived around us just either hated the wolves or didn't like them, and still they would hear them howl and they would just get a smile on their faces and say, that was just so cool to hear.
This burning green fire inside us all can make the conflict in Wallowa an internal struggle for the ranchers. The battle they are fighting within themselves is heard through their voices.
If they exterminated every one of them, it would make me happy. And it's not because I don't like the animals. It's just because they take such a devastating toll on us.
Here we have what I consider a fantastic animal right at the top of the food chain. And I really do admire their hunting skills and everything else.
You know, they are amazing critters. I mean, their hunting skills are tremendous. I mean, anything that can plan something out that well and seal the deal. And I mean,
this isn't a place where they can win, and that's sad to me too.
This isn't one of those fairy tales our mothers read us back when we were kids. This is a reality that affects hundreds of ranchers in the American West. Yet even those whose very lifestyles are threatened by the wolf can't help but respect and admire the powerful creature.
In their mind, they thought, wolves are bad, I don't like wolves, but still they couldn't help being affected by the sound of that lonely howl.